Please come.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Please
Good
sit.
afternoon, sir. Thank you, sir.
I think you are interested in India-centric IR, international relations.
Yes, sir.
If I make a statement, I want you to react to that. That India's current foreign policy is more noise and less substance. Would you agree?
No, sir. I don't think that it's more of noise and less of substance. Sir, our foreign policy has been a resounding effect, and sir, it has been quite a success. Sir, whatever we promise, we have tried to deliver as well. For example, sir, we say that we are a Vishwamitra, and sir, we have started development projects in 78 countries, and sir, we have been able to be first responder in any disaster that take place in the neighborhood, and sir, we are successfully sir, navigating the current waters of the geopolitics.
But two issues I remember in the last few years. One was we promised COVID vaccines to all the world and then we banned the exports. Second, we said we'll be the food basket of the world, and then one after the other we stopped the export of wheat, then rice, then sugar. How do you explain this?
So I think that we made a promise depending upon and we adapted it according to the situation as such, because
No, but then you don't in international relations you don't make those kind of promises without giving it serious thought.
sir, despite the challenges, we have been able to provide vaccines to more than 100 countries. And sir, despite the ban on food exports, we were still able to provide exports depending upon the need of that country. Like we still continued our exports to certain countries which were much more dependent upon us.
Can you name some?
Sir, UAE was one of them. And sir, Saudi Arabia and sir, countries in the neighborhood that required it.
West Asian countries remind me of that one particular incident where some spokesperson of the ruling party made an offending statement about the Prophet.
Yes, sir.
We failed to take any action on it till Qatar warned us, so to speak, if that's the right word. And then suddenly, at least what I noticed was that we were practically on our knees trying to explain to the world that, look, we are doing this, we are doing that. Do you think that is mature foreign policy?
So we clarified that that was the personal opinion.
Why did we have to wait to be threatened by a small country like Qatar and then explain? Why weren't we more proactive in taking action?
So because the opinion of a person does not represent the opinion of the country as a whole. So we did not think.
You are not answering my question. Why did you have to wait till Qatar said something?
Yes, sir. We could have taken sir more swift action in that case.
What would have been the right action?
Sir, a statement should have been issued that those were the personal opinions of that particular person, and our country, it is not the opinion of the head of the state or our country's foreign policy.
My last question, did we successfully handle the issue of hundreds of medical students coming back to India from Ukraine?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that was an example of successful action?
Definitely, sir, because the situation was such that there was infighting going on between Ukraine and Russia. So we talked to the heads of the states of both those countries and sir, the nearby countries as well. And
no, but getting back students is not enough. They were in the middle of their medical education. They come back here, they have nothing to do. They don't even know what the future holds.
But sir, that was an emergency situation and sir, certain provisions.
I agree. We got them back successfully. No dispute there. But what did we do about ensuring that their education is not disturbed?
Sir, I'll have to read more on this, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Taking on that line of thought itself, do you think that the international bodies have gone defunct today and they need to change? If they need to change, what changes would you like to see?
Definitely, sir, the international bodies like the UN, the WTO, sir, they represent a particular era as such, and sir, there is a need to reform with times. For example, sir, the UN has been not very successful in stopping the wars in Ukraine or in the West Asia. So I think they need to become more representative. like the representation of Asian countries is much more undermined. And sir, India being the largest population in the world, and sir, third largest military and other stuff, sir, we are not represented on that table. And sir, the veto power that has been wielded by the P5, that has been misused. So sir, that also needs to be improved. So with respect to the WTO, the appellate mechanism, because of USA's whims, sir, it is not functioning properly. And sir, with respect to IMF and World Bank as well, there need to be certain reforms.
So you have told me the problems. Where are the solutions?
So the solution should be that the greater funding should be there for the bodies like IMF and World Bank.
Who will fund them?
Sir, there are proposals that Tobin tax can be applied for international trade so that greater funding can be there. And sir, with respect to UN, sir, there has to be a push and pull with respect to the membership of P5 countries.
What should we do about the veto?
Sir, there are several proposals what can be done, but sir, all the 5 countries are not willing to budge on their powers.
Okay, so?
So sir, India has tried through different mediums like the G77 and sir...
do whatever you want, but as long as the veto is there,
Yes, sir.
in the hands of some countries, nothing will happen.
Yes, sir. So that is the issue, and sir, there are no easy solutions to this.
Why not just give veto to all members of the Security Council? Don't take it away from anyone. Give it to everyone. Every member of the Security Council will have a veto.
But sir, then arriving at any particular cause will be very difficult, because mostly on most of the issues, not all the countries are on the same side.
So that will induce those P5s that even their interests will be harmed by a country in Africa or something. At least they will learn their lesson.
But sir, for that change also to occur, they will veto such proposal as well.
All right. You say that you are sketching people.
Portraits, sir.
Portraits.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between sketching and drawing?
So sketching is a rough representation of something, while drawing is much more accurate. The sketching takes place by using nominal stuff like pencils, while drawing may also involve colors and exact representation of the person you are drawing.
And what do you say about India's current relationship with the southern countries, South-South cooperation?
Sir, India has taken many steps for the betterment of the global South. Like we gave them a voice in G20 as well by expanding, by including the African Union.
Do you know something about the ITEC program of the Ministry of External Affairs?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Trade and economic. Sir, I am forgetting the full form, but it is a developmental developmental partnership for betterment of Latin American and the African countries by providing them technology and developmental aid.
Not only 2 continents, everywhere. It's basically South-South cooperation.
Yes,
all right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. What I'm going to ask you has many dimensions.
Okay, sir.
I'll request you not to focus on only one.
Okay.
What do you understand by the term Akhand Bharat? When you talk about India-centric, whatever, and you are a student of PSIR.
Sir, India-centric, sorry, sir.
India-centric international relations,
Okay,
follow them, no? So Akhand Bharat, what does it connote?
Sir, it connotes the connected neighborhood where the subcontinent as such is integrated not only in terms of development, but sir, people to people ties, trade, connectivity, and sir, developmental aid. So sir, there is a general asymmetry, and sir, that leads to certain repercussions. So we have been trying to overcome them through partnerships and sir, initiatives as well.
There are 2 terms which you are probably missing out. One is a political connotation,
Yes,
social and
Yes, sir.
cultural,
Yes, sir.
right? Now, with that in mind, how would you explain this term? What does it mean? If India were to start its march towards Akhand Bharat, what are the 3-4 steps it would take? That's my only question, so I would like to understand this.
So it's a term with historical connotation, like about 1500 years ago or 2000 years ago, the boundaries, the political boundaries were not set in
Understood.
stone.
What are the steps to be taken by India
Yes, sir.
in its aim towards Akhand Bharat?
Sir, the steps are there like occupying, retaking back POK and
That is the political side of it.
Yes,
All right, you take back POK not because you believe in Akhand Bharat, but because that's a resolution of
yes, sir.
your parliament.
yes, sir.
Right? That's a fait
Yes, sir.
accompli.
Yes,
So it's
sir.
a matter of time when strategists and generals will decide. That's another
Yes,
matter.
sir. Yes, sir.
What is the connotation of Akhand Bharat? You yourself said that you have linguistic ties. So if we talk about Akhand Bharat, it is only with respect to POK.
No, sir, not only POK, sir. There are several other countries as well. So, sir, improving the connectivity, the trade, people-to-people ties, like liberalizing visa norms, and sir, extending our developmental and other.
So making movement and people-to-people contact easier.
Yes, sir.
With which countries? That's what I'm coming to again and again.
Sir, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, Maldives, and sir, other countries in the neighborhood.
Which ones?
Myanmar.
Go on.
Sir, let me go, sir, this way. Sir, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Pakistan, Afghanistan, then Sri Lanka, then Maldives. Sir, these many.
There are lots of reasons for you to connect with Indonesia
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
and South Korea also, for that matter. Why South Korea? What is the cultural or religious connect with South Korea?
Sir, one of the queens of South Korea was from Ayodhya. So I think that is one of the connections.
Way back.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So thing is, now I still wanted you to come with what first step, what next step, and how. You regrettably you just went on POK first.
Okay.
So that is one part of it. Okay. What do you understand, therefore, by the term Hindu Rashtra?
So Hindu Rashtra is a connotation that,
To what it enters, both these terms enter into controversies.
yes, sir.
You have to convince me that it is not controversial.
Sir, the name Hindustan is derived from the ancient river Sindhu. So, sir, it's more of a culture as such rather than donating towards a religion. It's a way of life. So, I think in that perspective, it's not, sir, controversial. But, sir, it has been denoted as such that it's deriving itself from one particular religion. So, sir, that is why it becomes controversial. But it has its roots in a certain river and the culture and the way of life that is established around the river.
So, what is the religion in Hindu? In India?
So that is basically mode of living that is derived from Sanatan Dharma.
So Hinduism is a way of life.
Yes, sir.
So what exactly is the religion?
Sir, religion is the other, sir.
What is the word used for the religion which Hindus profess?
So Sanatan Dharma. Yes, sir.
You could have come to it much earlier. Please.
Thank you, sir.
Hardik, please tell the need for changing your surname. When I see your parents' surname.
So my parents and his siblings decided that from this generation we'll start using Chandel. They all use Singh, and sir, my cousins and I use Chandel. So sir, no other reason other than that.
Okay. Or any specific emphasis you want to?
No, sir. They never used. I asked them often, but they said that we just use Singh, and you people can start using Chandel. So my sister and my cousins all use Chandel.
Okay. There's one country, normally we measure GDP when deciding whether a country is developed or developing or whatever,
Yes.
right? But one country lays emphasis on happiness.
Yes, sir.
Which is it?
So Bhutan.
What do they measure?
It's the gross national happiness index.
Which one concept is better in your view?
Sir, I think for a small populace that is so close to the nature and for a particular population, sir, that is of the scale of 6 to 7 lakhs, I think GNH is a good scale. But sir, for 1.4 billion people, happiness becomes a very subjective topic. So we use GDP and sir, we have other metrics to measure, sir, stuff like happiness and things, sir.
Is GDP a true reflection of a country's economic development?
No, sir. There are several other things like it does not include, sir, the environmental deprivation. Sir, that is not accounted in GDP. And sir, the housewife services and sir, informal activities are not accurately represented in GDP. And sir, also the quality of life that has to be measured on PPP terms. Sir, then only we can accurately represent GDP.
How do you differentiate between per capita income and per capita GDP?
Sir, national income divided by total population is per capita income. And sir, total GDP divided by population is, sir, per capita GDP. And sir, the difference is, sir, net factor income from abroad. Like GNP and GDP are differentiated in that way.
What is the present per capita income?
Sir, in India?
Yeah.
Sir, around $2,500.
Okay. Then why is it that about 80 crore people are being given food support?
So that is because of the inequalities. Sir, because the GDP per capita is basically average. So because some people have a lot of money, so the average comes out to be decent. But sir, many of the people are surviving below the poverty line as well. So for inclusive growth, we are providing, sir, food support to 800 million people.
So do you think we are heading towards a capitalist economy?
No, sir. We are a socialist welfare economy where, sir, the government tries for the redistribution of income as well. And sir, we have several programs like, sir, PM Awas Yojana or the Ujjwala Yojana or sir, sir, Atal Bhujal Yojana and sir, Har Ghar Jal Sinal. So sir, the income that we are generating, we are using for the welfare of the people as well. So not entirely, sir, capitalistic.
But don't you think the divide between the haves and have-nots is growing bigger and bigger, and the middle class, so-called, is diminishing?
Sir, I think that is a part of natural progression of any economy. But sir, the steps that we are taking, because sir, we cannot cap the growth of a certain population. We are just redistributing the income by imposing higher taxes and sir, doling out programs for the poor and sir, improving our manufacturing sector and sir, agriculture sector.
Okay, my final question to you is, what do you understand by China plus one policy?
Sir, because of the COVID pandemic, there were many supply chain problems that were witnessed. So after the COVID pandemic, the companies have decided to diversify their supply chains and they are moving out of China as well. So they are trying to invest in other countries other than China. So China plus one means diversifying your manufacturing and other operations. So in that sense, it's called China plus one.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hardik,
Yes, sir.
why is it okay for France to have nuclear powers but not Korea?
So because North Korea is understood as a rogue nation where it is not a democracy and sir, its action is largely concentrated with the supreme leader. So sir, because of whims and fancies of the particular person, if the international rule of law is threatened, so sir, it is a dangerous precedent. Whereas sir, France is a democracy and sir, it has been a peaceful power in the past 2 centuries as such. So France having nuclear powers is not that of a big issue.
Okay. Do you think democracy is a deterrent to nuclear war?
Sorry, sir?
Is democracy a deterrent to nuclear war?
Sir, democracies are a deterrent because they are better than that of dictatorships like North Korea, because there is freedom of expression, there is debate, discussion regarding any action, there is opposition as well. And sir, they are more pliable to listening to the general populace as compared to dictatorship where the whims and fancies of one leader is there.
Okay. Tell me, is a weak Pakistan good for us?
No, sir. Sir, because a weak nuclear power like Pakistan, there are threats that the nuclear weapons might fall into wrong hands. Also, sir, a weak Pakistan, the military establishment would try to deflect the attention of the populace on other factors, and they might do something on the border to divert attention from the core issue. And sir, also higher unemployment and other issues can lead to higher terrorism on our borders. So I think that a prosperous Pakistan is in our benefit.
Okay. What should be the ideal policy of India towards Pakistan?
Sir, we have tried ideal policy since a long time, but the military establishment has vested interest over there. So, sir, currently we are pursuing the policy of no talks without taking some action on terrorism. But, sir, some other steps that can be taken is, sir, taken is that, sir, we can use the help of friendly countries like UAE, which are friends with both our nations, to do some back channel talks. And, sir, calling out Pakistan and terrorism on international fora so that they may be changing their action in the future.
Okay, you are from UP.
Yes, sir.
Ram Temple was in news.
Yes, sir.
What do you think on PM attending a religious activity?
Sir, I feel that he has a particular opinion on religion, and if he goes there in his personal capacity without representing the state as such or saying that I'm here as a prime minister, like he can go as an individual, that is a personal opinion. But as a prime minister, that can be controversial and can be seen in some quarters as, sir.
What
not
is
right.
personal and public?
So we are liable to
Can a PM be personal?
so that is a difficult distinction to make.
You tell me.
Sir,
Can
there-
a PM personally remark anything on anywhere?
No, sir. Sir, because the media scrutiny is everywhere, and as such that it's difficult for them to differentiate.
Okay, thank you, Hardik.
Thank you, sir.
How do you think your interview went today?
Sir, I think it was average.
Why do you think it was average?
Sir, I've not started preparing yet because my date is not out yet, and I'm currently serving as a Dynix probationer. So, sir,
What were the marks you got in UPSC when you got Dani?
sir, last year I got 173. Before that, I gave an interview. I got 187 in my first interview.
Why do you think it came down?
So the last year my interview was quite random.
What is random?
So not related to my DAF.
Like?
Sir, I was asked question like what is electrolytic imbalance, or what is hybrid annuity model, or what was the history of communication, and sir, who was Hansi Cronje, and tell me one good thing about Hansi Cronje. So sir, stuff like this was quite random and I was not able to answer.
All right. And anything from your side you could have done better?
Sir, I need to revise and make definite opinions on certain topics. I sometimes stretch the opinion quite a bit, and that leads to certain extra words which can be used against me.
One thing I noticed was, now see, you already in service, you know things, you talk well, all agreed. One thing I would request is to take a few seconds before you get into answering.
Yes, sir. That has been a constant feedback in my.
That's something I noticed. You're in a great rush to.
Even just now also you did that while he was speaking.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
Two things will happen if you rush into an answer, especially if it's an opinion-based question. You have rushed into an opinion, you might have to backtrack,
Yes, sir.
which you did with me. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So if you form an opinion, give it 5-10 seconds, think, answer. That trap you can avoid.
Okay.
Right? And I noticed in some questions, you were either avoiding forming an opinion or not able to form an opinion. But in some others, you were quite happy to form an opinion. Why this difference in...
Sir, some questions were quite controversial, like that Ram Temple and sir PM question. So I thought of avoiding that somehow.
But even then you said that as PM it can be misunderstood. Many people don't even say that.
Yes,
Correct?
yes, sir.
So if there is a controversial question, you will try to avoid forming an opinion. Is that what you are saying?
So not taking any sides and diplomatically trying to answer it.
And if the member insists that you form an opinion,
Then, sir, that is difficult. But sir, sir, Ram Temple is a very contentious issue, sir, I think. And sir, PM attending it, to form a definite opinion.
even if you form a definite opinion, you can use language to convey it in a very different kind of way, and any intelligent panel member will understand what you're trying to say.
Sir, I'll have to work on it.
Correct? So just think on what I just said. Uh, you could maybe some change of expression once in a while will be a great help. Correct?
Yes, sir. Sir, people have told me to smile a bit, but I'm not able to focus if I smile.
But what happens when you're talking to, sorry, but what happens when you're talking to a bunch of friends at home?
So that is a completely different personality.
It's not. That's as comfortable as we would like you to be here. We would not like you to be tense.
You know, I'm also not saying that you have to smile. All I'm saying is that a bland expression also does not give a very positive feeling. Maybe simply because of expression you might have got 2, 3, 4 extra marks. So I'm not saying you have to smile. I'm just saying that bland expression, if you can sort of avoid, maybe by smiling, maybe by anything, that I'll leave it to you. Correct?
Yes, sir.
I would like to make 2 points. One, the same thing was said in a different way by the chairman. It seems that you're not listening carefully. Question needed to be repeated in a number of ways before you could understand what is being asked.
Sir, that was one question was not audible, so I had to ask sir to repeat it.
Okay, but there were some other instances where I thought you were answering in a different light than what is being asked.
Okay, sir.
So pay attention to the question being asked.
So like in, sorry, sir. But sir, like that Akhand Bharat question and sir Ram Mandir question, sir, I was trying to be very diplomatic, but I did not have very.
You don't have. Anyway, go on.
Please
You respond to
finish.
that.
And the second thing that I was trying to understand, the moment you said that in a friend circle you are different and here it's completely different. I mean, you're taking the whole approach that you have taken this interview with is that of an interrogation. As if you are a culprit or you are sitting in front of ED and ED is asking you questions and you have to answer them honestly or try to hide something.
Which sometimes is a matter of honor.
See, it is not that. You are just, I mean, you are already in Danik, so I don't need to explain to you. You are a government servant talking to some of the seniors, trying to exchange certain views. And each question is not just a question. It is trying to unlock some kind of your personality.
Yes, sir.
So answering a question the way you feel like is absolutely fine. And listening, smiling, not smiling, laughing, not laughing, all these are incidental things. Okay? Keep the decorum of the panel, and after that you can take it as easily as possible.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All the best to you.
I'll add something.
Yeah.
You see, deliberately controversial or tricky questions will be put to you.
Yes, sir.
The trick is not to run away from them or try to water them down with a wishy-washy reply. The trick is to convey to the interview board that yes, this is a very important matter, that you appreciate all sides of all viewpoints related to it,
Yes.
and then here is my opinion, here is my humble opinion
Okay, sir.
to the extent of my knowledge. अखंड भारत, और ये मैंने शुरू से ही कहा था कि this is not supposed to be a controversial question,
Yes, sir.
right? It's not a religion based question at all.
Yes, sir.
On whether the Prime Minister should go or not has been decided when Somnath was
Yes. Dr.
being
Rajahmundry.
consecrated.
Correct. Correct.
It's not a question anymore.
Okay, sir.
Why are you running away from it? Leave the running away to very senior politicians.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All the best.
I'll just like to point out one thing. You're wearing pink.
Yes, sir.
What is pink cricket? Pink ball cricket.
Sir, pink ball day-night test matches are there played with pink ball.
Being in government service, it would be better if you can avoid this color for your formal interview,
Okay, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Your socks should match.
Socks should
Yes,
match darker
Sir, I was
socks. whatever.
wearing another shirt, but this button broke, so I had to wear this one. And
No
sir, others
problem,
were
no
not clean.
problem. Just pointing it out.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.